How we doing, folks? It's Kelly, your certified holistic nutritionist, man. We just turned up live on. So there's nobody here right now, but they'll be in. Shout out to y'all, folks. We got a new number 15 today. We're going to be live across everything. We're going to live all. You name it. FBYT. LinkedIn. You name it. Shout out to y'all, folks. It's Kelly. Shout out to y'all, folks. It's Kelly, your certified holistic nutritionist. Let me fix this board over here. Your certified holistic nutritionist, health coach. Let me make sure my camera's turned around. Here to talk to y'all about how to defeat type 2 diabetes once and for all, so that it never rears its ugly head ever again in your life. Well, how we doing, folks? It's Kelly, certified holistic nutritionist. We just turned the live on, so there's nobody here right now. But there's going to be some people that come into the room. As on today's live, we're going to talk about what we always talk about, folks. If you just joined us, if you're new to me, here's what we talk about. I answer all of your questions on anything related to type 2 diabetes, pre-diabetes, erectile dysfunction, right? Insulin resistance, high blood sugar, how the body works, how the food works with the body. That's it. My name's Kelly. I'm a certified holistic nutritionist, right? So I'm going to cover the whole body, your whole body. That's what holistic means. Whole body. Nutrition, food. We're going to talk a lot about food. We always talk a lot about food and always talk a lot about mindset because that's what it is. When it comes to the defeating type 2 diabetes, you got to have those two things right. You got to have the food right and you got to have your mind right. Okay, if you don't have the food right, you don't have your mind right, then chance of you defeating type 2 diabetes is going to be slim to none. But if you're just joining us, my name is Kelly, your certified holistic nutritionist, health coach. All right, let me hold on, let me see over here. Your certified holistic nutritionist, health coach. Here to talk to you about how to defeat type 2 diabetes using the food. Because the food is medicine, and the medicine is the food. That's it. That's not me. That's Hippocrates. Hippocrates said that. So there's no different when it comes to type 2 diabetes. So I'm going to show you how to use the food as the medicine. Okay? So do me a favor, folks. When you're coming into the room, do me a favor. Bebop that screen. That means double tap that screen. And then share the live out with anybody you know struggling with type 2 diabetes, pre-diabetes, what else? Erectile dysfunction. These are all forms of insulin resistance. This is a big villain that you're fighting. You're the hero of the story, folks. But you're fighting a big, big, big bad wolf. And that big bad wolf is called insulin resistance, type 2 diabetes. That's what it's called. It's called the big bad wolf. And you're the hero. And the wolf right now is probably kicking your butt. The villain. If you've got pre-diabetes, if you've got low energy, if you've got erectile dysfunction, if you're craving a bunch of sugar all the time, cravings, maybe you got blurred vision, maybe you got neuropathy, maybe you got fatty liver, maybe you have high cholesterol, folks. Maybe you've got high cholesterol. You want to know what that is, folks? All that is, all those things that I just named out, those are all just forms of insulin resistance. Your body, insulin is the number one hormone in the body. The most dominant hormone in your body is insulin. So, folks, if you're insulin resistant, that ain't good. You know what I mean? That means you're in a big hole because it's the most dominant hormone in the body. It does like 1,000 jobs. You probably only know it as doing one job. That's the job of taking the energy and putting it into your cells. That's the only job that you know. But no, it's got a lot of jobs. It's responsible for making things grow. Anything that grows in your body, you want to know what's responsible for? Insulin is responsible for making everything grow. Everything. Right? That's why when I talk to people about dairy, when I say dairy is scary for people with type 2 diabetes, Dairy is very, very, very scary for people who have type 2 diabetes. It's scary for everybody, but specifically for people who have type 2 diabetes or insulin resistant. Because insulin causes things to grow. Remember that. Causes things to grow. So back to my point. You're in a hole. You're in a deep, deep hole, because if you're insulin resistant, man, it just how deep is the hole? Let's talk about how deep the hole is, okay? When you become a pre-diabetic, when your A1C gets to maybe a 5.7, well, not maybe, when your A1C gets to a 5.7 to a 6.4, okay, that means that you are becoming insulin resistant. Pre-diabetes is, people are like, oh yeah, I'm just pre-diabetic, right? Pre-diabetes. That's what a lot of people say. Appreciate the follow. But here's the thing. Pre-diabetes is not nothing to play around with. That means you're inside of the hole. That means that the hole ain't deep enough yet. That's what it means when you're a pre-diabetic. You're inside of a hole, but it ain't real deep yet. It's getting deep, but it ain't deep. Not real deep yet. But it's something to be aware of. It means some things you're gonna have to shift a couple of things to get yourself out of that tiny hole that you're in. Now here's the thing. The hole can get very, very deep. Very deep. When your A1C gets to a 6.5, that means that your hole has gotten very, very deep, folks. Very deep. Very deep. 6.5, 7, 8, 9, 10, right? Insulin resistance. Higher A1C, most likely the more insulin resistant you are. And I already told you what insulin is. It's the most dominant hormone in the body. It's a big bad villain that you're fighting. Type 2 diabetes, pre-diabetes, and all that stuff. But here's the thing. You can pull yourself out of the hole, and you can defeat the villain. Once and for all. I don't care how deep the hole is. Unless the hole has gotten listen, they say it's time to amputate. When they say it's time to amputate, that's a pretty damn deep hole. You know what I'm saying? When they say, hey, listen, your kidneys are gone, that's a pretty damn deep hole. You feel what I'm saying? But here's the thing. You can dig yourself out of the hole. The same way that you dug yourself into the hole is the same way that you can get yourself out of the hole. Did you know that? I don't know if you know that or not, but the same way that you got into type 2 diabetes, folks. The same way that you got into insulin resistance. I'm going to tell you a little secret. I'm going to lean in and I'm going to tell you a little secret. Right here it is. I'm going to tell you a little secret. The same way that you got type 2 diabetes and pre-diabetes is the same way that you get rid of it. Okay? It's the same way. It's the same exact way. It's not rocket science, folks. It's not rocket science. I'm going to show you. Here's the thing. When I reverse the condition, here it is. This was me, right? Type 2 diabetes, having heart disease, and being obese. That was me. That's me. You can see how big I was, out of shape, all that stuff. That's me. That's me. That's me. That's me. I was in a big hole. Look, but this is also me, right? This is also me as well. So that's me, and this is also me. So I had type 2 diabetes, I had heart disease, and I was obese, all three. So I was in a deep damn hole. You feel what I'm saying? So when I talk about being in a hole, trust me, I know what it feels like to be in the hole. This was it. This was me inside of the hole. But then I pulled myself out of the hole. So that's it, folks. That's it. You can pull yourself out of the hole too. See, that's my story. That's my story, how I kicked it in the teeth. But it ain't about my story. It really ain't. It ain't about me. Who the hell am I? It ain't about me. Folks, it's about you. Come on, folks. It's not about me. That's my story. You know? I've already slayed the dragon. Now my job is to show you who are in a hole. You're in a freaking hole. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be your guide. You're fighting a villain. I'm going to be your guide because I know how to get out of the hole. So I'm going to throw you a rope. I'm going to throw you a rope on this live. I'm going to throw you a rope. All you got to do is pull yourself up, okay? Out of the hole. I'm going to throw you a rope. And then you just got to pull yourself up. That's it. That's it. That's the point of my life. I'm going to throw you a rope and you just got to pull yourself up. Yeah. So do me a favor, folks, when you're coming into the room, do me a favor, bebop that screen, double tap that screen, and share the live out with anybody who's struggling with type 2 diabetes, like they've pre-diabetes, erectile dysfunction, PCOS, and then your questions, folks. Throw your questions in the chat. My name is Kelly, certified holistic nutritionist, here to answer all of your questions about anything food and how the body works when it comes to type 2 diabetes, because I got you. I got you. My job is to make it as simple as possible for you. As simple as possible. Why do I want to make it as simple as possible for you? So that you can, here's why. Here's why I want to make it as simple as possible for you. Because it's your story. Because I want you to go out and do the work. I want to make it so simple for you and so practical for you when it comes to kicking type 2 diabetes in the teeth. Yeah. That's what my job is. So the question is, what is type 2 diabetes? Here's 3 things we're going to answer. What is it? How does it work? How do we fix it when it breaks? Well, what is type 2 diabetes? This is what I'm going to answer in my lives. What is it? How does it work? How do we fix it when it breaks? What is it? It's an energy disease. How does it work? Well, let me go back. What is it? It's a diet and lifestyle driven condition. That's number 1. That's one. So how do you fix that? What do you mean it's a diet and lifestyle driven condition, Kelly? Well, it's simple. It's a diet and lifestyle driven condition, meaning it was caused by your diet and lifestyle. People ask me all the time, what did I do? What did I do? Well, what do you mean, what did I do? I did the work. I changed my diet and lifestyle. And then as a result, kicked type 2 diabetes in the teeth. I don't have it anymore. I no longer have heart disease. I'm no longer obese. Because I changed my diet. I cleaned up my fuel source. That's what I say. I don't even call it a diet. I just call it clean eating. That's what I had to do. It's what everybody who comes on the lives and they share their story about how they kicked type 2 diabetes in the teeth and how they lowered their A1C naturally. You want to know what they did? It's all this one common denominator. It's super, super simple. They changed what they were eating and they started moving. That's it. That's it. It's as simple as that. That's how they did it. That's how they did it, folks. So what is it? It's a diet and lifestyle driven condition. How does it work? Well, it's an energy disease. It's a disease that robs you of your energy. Who gets tired, folks? Who gets tired? Who gets hungry? Who gets cravings, folks? Put it in the chat. Put me in the chat, because I don't think anybody's commented yet on the entire live. No, nobody's commented yet. So do me a favor, folks. Who gets tired? Who gets hungry? And who gets cravings? And also, if you're just joining us, folks, my name's Kelly, your certified holistic nutritionist. Man, I got a lot of goodies for you. If it's your first time joining my live, I got a lot of goodies for you on my page. All you got to do is text me. Text me the word reset. Text the word reset to that number right up here. You see that number? You text the word reset to that number. I'm going to send you back a bunch of goodies. The ultimate veggie guide. It's all freebies, right? The ultimate veggie guide. I'm going to send you back information about the 14-day challenge. I'm going to send you back a master class. There's a free master class that I did. The master class that tells you how to kick type 2 diabetes in the teeth. I'm going to give you the formula, the lifestyle medicine formula to defeat type 2 diabetes. So all you got to do is text me, though. You got to text me the word reset. It's up here as well, but if you text me the word reset, I'll see it coming in over here, and I'll shout out your area code. I'm going to shout out your area code. As soon as you text me the word reset, I'm going to shout out your area code, and then boom, I'm going to send you a text with all the free resources and all the free resources and information about the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. The challenge is, my folks, I told you folks, you're inside of a hole, and I got a solution for you. It's called the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. That challenge, folks, is designed specifically for serious people with type 2 diabetes, pre-diabetes, but they're serious people who are ready for a serious solution. I'm going to say that again. The 14-day blood sugar reset challenge is for people who have pre-diabetes, type 2 diabetes, all of that stuff. Right? It's perfectly designed for them. PCOS. But it's only for people who are seriously ready to do what it takes. Seriously ready for a real solution. That's called the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. So I'm going to send you back a bunch of information on the challenge as well. All right, the challenge is the only one that's not free. Everything else is free. Right, there it is, resets. We got the 951. Everything else is free on the page. The master class, the quiz, all kinds of stuff. You can book a call, man. There's a lot of freebies on the page. The challenge is the only one that I got to charge you for, because it's real people just like you getting real results. And I want you to take it freaking seriously. All right, so let's get into these questions. Any questions that you got for your boy? My name is Kelly. You're a certified holistic nutritionist, health coach. How much is the challenge, right? The challenge is, if you use the discount code, reset is the discount code as well. It is $79 during the challenge, 20% off. 20% off, $79 one time. That's it. The challenge is yours forever. It is your challenge. So anytime you want to go back in and log back in and redo the challenge, let's just say a couple of years go by, and you did, not even a couple of years. You may say 6 months. I need a reset again. You go back, you do the challenge again. Right? It's yours forever. All you gotta do is log in. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's it. 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. You want to know more about that challenge? Text me the word reset to that number. You see that number right here. I see some more coming in. The 817. Shout out to the 817. I don't even know. Hold up. Where's the 951? I don't even know where the 951 is. Where's the 817? Where's 817? Is that Dallas? 817 Dallas? Right? But here's what you got to do, folks. You just got to text me at this number right here, and we're going to get it cracking. Text me the word reset. So here's the thing, though, folks. I said all that goodies. I said all that good stuff about type 2 diabetes and how you can reverse it, how most people can reverse it. Yeah, reset. You got to text the number, though. You got to text the number. Not here on the live. On the number. Text me. Pull out your phone and text me right here. Reset to this number right here. There it is. See if you screenshot it. So, folks, if you just joined us, my name is Kelly. You're certified holistic nutritionist. I got a bunch of goodies for y'all. Bunch of free resources when it comes to defeating type 2 diabetes. And I also have information about the challenge, 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Over 500 people have joined this challenge, and they are kicking type 2 diabetes. These over 500 people who have joined this challenge, type 2 diabetics, pre-diabetics, these people are kicking type 2 diabetes in the freaking teeth. Because they're just following the proven blueprint. That's it. That's all they're doing. That's all they're doing. And they're kicking type 2 diabetes in the teeth. So any questions that you got for your boy, throw them in the chat. Don't be bashful. Don't be frightened. I don't bite. I'm going to answer all of your questions. Here's what you're going to learn when you come on my live, folks. We're going to learn what is it? What is type 2 diabetes? How does it work? And how do we fix it when it breaks? Those are the 3 questions that we're going to answer. The reason that we got to answer these 3 questions, because if you answer those 3 questions, you can fix freaking anything. If you're inside of the hole, if you're in that big hole with type 2 diabetes and pre-diabetes and all of that stuff, if you're in a hole, we're going to get you out of it. But you got to be willing. If you're willing to do what is required, if you're willing to do the work that is required, man, type 2 diabetes doesn't stand a chance. It doesn't stand a chance because it's a very, very reversible condition. It's a very, very easy condition to get. It's also very, very reversible. Down over 100 pounds, and my A1C is down to 14, 5.7, a CGMI, and a GLP. Okay, all right, that works for you. Fantastic, folks. If that works for you. But my approach is a little bit different. If that works for you, shout out to you, Dooley. My approach is a little bit different. I like to use the philosophy of the food is the medicine and the medicine is the food, right? Food is the medicine and the medicine is the food. There's been a lot of people who have hung out with your boy, lost 100 pounds. 100 pounds, 70 pounds, all that stuff. And I just teach them, how do we do it? We just do it through the food. That's all we do. We just tweak with it. We just clean up their diet. That's it. It's as simple as that. Because we know that type 2 diabetes is a food disease. It's a food disease. That's what it is. So if you fix the food, you fix the condition. And we're going to get in ready to talk about another reset. Shout out to the 347. We're going to talk about the food right now. Do me a favor, folks. What do y'all want to talk about? Y'all want to talk about insulin resistance? Because this is your life. I told you it's about you. It ain't about me, folks. I've already slayed the dragon, which is type 2 diabetes, out of my life. Now, these are your lives, folks. I'm just your guide. So do y'all want to talk about A1C? Y'all want to talk about what is insulin resistance? Or do y'all want to talk about what the food? Because a lot of people are confused on what they should be eating, right? Nobody knows what they should be eating. So those are the three categories, folks. Insulin resistance, A1C, or do y'all want to talk about the food? Put it in the chat, folks. Put it in the chat. Inquiring minds would love to know. Because like I said, it ain't my life. It's your life, right? It's your life. My A1C is down from a 12.7. My A1C was 12.7, then in 3 months went down to 6.4, lost 30 pounds. That's it. How did you do that, Love Me? Shout out to you at Love Me 89. What'd you do? What'd you do, folks? I mean, what'd you do, Love Me 89? We inquiring minds would love to know. So that's it, folks. No polls? All right, it's the poll. Insulin resistance, the food, or A1C. Which one y'all want to talk about? None of the above? All right, cool. We'll talk about something else then. If y'all want to talk about none of that, we're going to talk about this hole that we're in. Let's talk about that then. Y'all want to talk about none of that other stuff. Walking every day 45 minutes twice a day. Fabulous. Did you change what you were eating? Did you change what you were eating? Right. So let's get into it, folks. Since y'all have been quiet today, y'all have been bashful, I'll lead the way then. I'll lead it. This is normally your live, but I'll lead the way then. Nobody said anything. You guys are shy. Y'all are shy. It's okay. My name's Kelly, and I'm not really shy. Okay? I'm an introvert, but I'm not shy. I don't know if that makes any sense. But my name's Kelly, your certified holistic nutritionist and a health coach, right? But here's the thing. I wasn't always a nutritionist. I wasn't always a health coach because a few years ago, I was in terrible, terrible shape. Now we're talking type 2 diabetes. We're talking having heart disease. We're talking about all the stuff, high blood pressure. We're talking about all the stuff that you're talking about, right? Question, is it safe to eat beets when you're type 2? Yeah, it is. Beets are fabulous. Beets are fabulous. Thank you for the daily heart, especially for opening up your blood vessels so that the blood could flow. Beets are fabulous. Yeah. Beets are fabulous. But especially, here's the thing. You want to know when I use beets though? I use beets. So food. Y'all want to talk about the food. All right. I use beets whenever I get ready to go work out. My pre-workout formula. Beets are freaking fantastic. But you got to time it. About 90 minutes before you go work out. Have some beets, 90 minutes to 2 hours before you work out. Go have some beets. Man, drink some beet juice. Man, you're going to have the most incredible workout you've ever had in your life. Yeah, that's beets. But how about now? Like I was saying, folks, my name's Kelly, certified holistic nutritionist. I'm going to help you out of that hole. You're inside of a hole. What hole is that? Well, the hole of type 2 diabetes. You've been struggling with it for many, many years. So you've had... you're not just dealing with high blood sugar. You're dealing with what it's doing to your life. That's what you've been dealing with all these years. It's not just a high blood sugar. It will be fine. If your blood sugar was at 200, 300, you would just be fine with it. Sure, okay. But here's the problem. You're dealing with what it's doing to your life. Your energy's all out of whack. You can't go hang out like you used to. You can't stay up. You're always falling asleep. You're coming home from work and the kids are like, hey, can we go outside and toss the football around? You're like, no, I can't toss the football around, kids, because I'm freaking tired. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's doing to your life. Maybe if you got erectile dysfunction, that's what it's doing to your life. You can't perform anymore. You know what I mean? It's what high blood sugar is doing to your life. And I understand the frustration, folks. I get it. It's hard when no one's giving you a plan, when no one is showing you how. So we're going to get into it. I'm going to show you how. Folks, my name's Kelly, your certified holistic nutritionist. Do me a favor, when you're coming into the room, do me a favor, beep out that screen, double tap that screen, share the live out with anybody you know struggling with type 2 diabetes. Like, damn it, they're inside of the hole and they want to get outside of the hole. They want to get out. Come, we got the solution for them. We got the rope over here for them. Share this live over there. And do me a favor, text the word reset, because we're getting ready to get to the board. Text the word reset to this number right here, folks. Text the word reset to this number. And I'm going to send you back a bunch of goodies. The Ultimate Veggie Guide. I'm going to send you back the Master Class. It's a free Master Class. All of it is in a neat little package. And then, and then the 14-day blood sugar reset challenges for my folks who are ready for serious change. For the folks who said, listen, I don't need more information. I just need a better plan. That's it. You know, for those folks, this is what the challenge is for. For those people who don't need more information. I'm going to give y'all some information. But for the folks who are saying, listen, I just need a better plan. That's what the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge is about. That's it. For the folks who are ready for a better plan. That's it. You want to know more about that challenge? You text me. Get all the freebies. You text me the word reset to this number right here, and I'll see him come in. Somebody put restart. No, reset, not restart. Reset. Restart ain't gonna get it. And somebody put text. No. You can't say text. You gotta text reset. You gotta put reset. Reset 347. So reset, and then 903. You put restart, but no, it's reset. And then you'll get it to come back to you. Me. Shout out to you. Here we go, folks. Who has ever watched that movie? Anybody ever watched that movie, The Matrix? When you had Neo and he was on the with Morpheus, and he had to take the red pill or the blue pill. Now I have to tell every time I do this, I have to tell the AI, hey, listen, AI, this is metaphoric pills. We ain't talking real pills, all right? It's the blood sugar matrix. We metaphorically talking about it, AI. Here's the thing. If you watch that movie, you'll know that Neo took the red pill. So we got blue pill, and then you got red pill, right? Red pill. We're gonna talk about the food right now. Now this might sound a little wacky, seem a little wacky right now, but it's gonna make sense, perfect sense. If you've seen that movie, The Matrix, you know that The Matrix was like this big, like it was like the imaginary world basically. And Neo came along, and he was offered either the blue pill or the red pill. If he would have took the blue pill, he would have basically stayed inside of the Matrix, and he would have just lived life like a normal everyday person and just been oblivious to like what's really going on in the real freaking world. You know what I'm saying? That's the blue pill. Okay. Now, if he would have took the red pill, he did take the red pill. Whew, that's when you get outside of the Matrix, and then that is when you become the one. The one. You become the one. You've seen the movie. He's freaking stopping bullets and stuff. The one. Okay? All right, so the red pill, here's some examples of a red pill. Leafy greens, when it comes to your body. When it comes to the real world. Eggs. We're going to draw this down the middle. Examples of blue pill will be things like cookies and cakes. These are blue pills. So to defeat the villain, which was the Matrix, you're going to have to take more of the red. You're going to have to take the red pill and get outside of the Matrix so that you can become the one. Here's what I want y'all to remember, folks. Diabetes ran in my family until it ran into me. Just jot that one down. Diabetes ran in my family until it ran into me. Because you became the one. So the point of this game is to name out your foods, folks. Whatever your foods are, it could be whatever people eat. Let's just say that. Whatever the foods are that people eat, put them in the chat, folks. Put them in the chat. And it's either going to be red pill or blue pill. Now, this is metaphorically, right? This is metaphoric, TikTok, AI. Name out your stuff. 10. Okay. Had to pull over because I'm driving. Yeah, don't be trying to text and drive, Veronica. Don't text and drive. Okay, we got some numbers coming in. Okay, here we go. Here the numbers are coming in. We got the 434. Shout out to you, the 225. Shout out to you. We got the 903. Shout out to you. Waffles. There we go. Waffles. Start off the game. Waffles. Yeah, don't be hanging out at the Waffle House. These are definitely blue pill. Lego my ego, right? Don't Lego my ego. Leave those alone. So name out your foods, folks. Whatever human beings eat, this is the game. So here's what we're doing. I'm teaching you how to become the one. You're going to become the one that's in your family. The one in your family that defeats the Matrix. You got to become the one. But here's how you become the one. Walk tortillas. Okay, tortillas. We're going to put that over with the bread, right? We'll just call that bread. We'll call that bread, the tortillas. But can you have some tortillas? Yeah. Can you have some bread? Yeah. But it's going to be more things like an Ezekiel bread. Have you seen the Ezekiel bread? The Ezekiel bread tortillas? It's a much better option. Much better option. Ezekiel bread, right? Peanut butter. Peanut butter. Peanut butter. Peanut butter is going to go over here. Peanut butter. Peanut butter. Yep, peanut butter is going to go right there. Pizza. Pizza. You already know. You already know that that's going to be blue pill. You already know. You stay inside of the matrix like a mole. Pizza. Pizza. Because we already talked about dairy. Because these things that, remember what we talked about earlier? They already got dairy. And what we say about dairy. Dairy is what? Scary. If you were here earlier, we talked about dairy and how scary it is, especially if you were type 2 diabetic. So, name out your foods, folks. Name out your food. That's the name of this game. We're playing the blood sugar matrix. The objective of this game is for you to become Neo. If you've seen the movie The Matrix, you know what I'm talking about when I say you become the one. You've seen The Matrix. If you haven't seen The Matrix, this game may not make a lot of sense to you, but I'm pretty sure the majority of people have seen The Matrix, right? Put Matrix in the chat if you've seen The Matrix. Cheeseburger. Here we go. Cheeseburger. Name out the foods, folks. See, y'all are bashful. Y'all are shy. Y'all are shy, and it's okay, right? It's okay to be shy. But you can't, when you come to my life, you can't be shy. You gotta, what are the foods that people eat? Let's see, cheeseburger, y'all. Cheese burgers. Cheeseburger. Yeah, Matrix. There it is. Shout out to the Matrix. You've seen the Matrix. Brussels sprouts. Ooh, Ella, those are red pills. But if you can eat some Brussels sprouts, man, I used to think that just because they look like cabbage, it's gonna taste like cabbage. But Brussels sprouts don't taste like no damn cabbage. But those are red pill though. Shout out to the Brussels sprouts. Matrix. Hey Kelly, how about oatmeal? Yeah, oatmeal. But here's the thing about oatmeal. Asterisks. Asterisks. Anything with an asterisk on it. Anything with an asterisk on it means you gotta use caution. You gotta use caution when it comes to anything with an asterisk on it. Fruit. Okay, here we go. Now the stuff's coming in. Now we're coming in. Rice. 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 Yeah, there it is. Rice. There it is. Rice. What else? Pears. Fruit. We're just gonna put that in the fruit category. Fruit. We'll put that with the fruit. But anything with an asterisk on it, folks, we already told you. There's another number coming in, 810. Anything with it. Do me a favor, folks. If you're just joining this, text the word reset to this number right here, and I'm going to send you back a whole bunch of goodies when it comes to kicking type 2 diabetes in the freaking teeth. Right? You want some of free resources, right? Free resources on how to kick type 2 diabetes in the teeth. Right? The ultimate veggie guide's on there. What else? Information about joining the challenge. You're ready. If you're one of those who are sick and tired of type 2 diabetes running your life, you might want to look into joining that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Not even might. Let me take the word might. You want to look into joining that 14-day challenge. Not even might. Let's take that word out. Because if you're in a hole, that 14-day challenge is going to get you out of the hole. Okay? It's going to get you out. Fruit. We got blackberries. More about it if you text the word reset. All right? Reset to this number right here. That 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. It's going to change the game for you when it comes to managing your blood sugar. Mushrooms. Yeah, mushrooms. Yeah, good one. And I'll see you when you come in over here. 810, let's see. 810 was the last area code. Mushrooms. Steak, y'all. Steak. Chicken, somebody put on here. Okay. Okay, now y'all getting busy. Y'all are getting busy. Spaghetti. You want to put spaghetti over here for the most part? For the most part, spaghetti's going to go over here. How you spell spaghetti? Yeah. Spaghetti. It's an H-E-T-T-I. Spaghetti. Blood sugar challenge, yo. Day 2 for me. Oh, you on day 2 of the challenge? You on day 2 of the challenge? How's everything going, Carrie? Is that what you're saying? Day 2? Are you on the challenge? Is that what you're saying? Or are you just saying day 2? What are you on day 2 of? All right. Hopefully it's on that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Because if you're on day 2, man, you're in the beginning. You're in the beginning. Turkey. Yeah, turkey. 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 Yeah. Coffee. All right, coffee. It's not the coffee, folks. It's what the people are putting in the coffee. That's what the thing is. It's what the people are putting in the coffee. What we putting in the coffee? A bunch of trash. A bunch of trash. Bunch of crap, as I call it. Okay, Kenya Pounds, you're on day 2 yourself. Yo, you on day 2 of the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Just to verify, are you saying you're on day 2 of the challenge, the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge? I'm on day 2 of my own lifestyle change. Okay, yeah, there it is. I wanted to make sure. So you're on your own lifestyle change. So shout out to you. Shout out to you, right? Shout out to you. Okay, Kenya Pounds is on the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Okay, got it. Kenya Pounds, both of y'all. Shout out to y'all. You on day 2 of the challenge? You got about 12, 13 more days to go. You're just getting going. You're going to notice some changes throughout your body. Right? Every day you're going to notice some changes. But you're going to like it. You're going to like it. And at the end of day 14, you ain't even going to recognize yourself. So take a picture of yourself right now. Because you know what you can probably do? Record yourself right now, how you feel right now, just on your phone. Hey, this is day 2 of the challenge. This is how I feel, blah, blah, blah. And then record yourself again at the end. See how you feel. What's the difference? Are you a different person? You feel like a different person? You know what I mean? Yeah. My sister and I both watch you. Shout out to you, Kenya Pounds, and shout out to your sister. Shout out to you. All right, we got some more numbers coming in. Shout out to the 317 area code, and shout out to the 210. Where's that? Where's the 210? Is that San Antonio? Shout out to you. Changes like what when I hit puberty? No, not that kind of changes. Not those kind of changes. That's a different kind of change, right? When you hit puberty, right? Beans, yeah, beans. Beans, folks. If you've been in my lives, you already know that beans are one of my personal favorites. One of my personal favorites is beans. Why? Because beans are resistant starch. They're resistant starch, man. Resistant starch, great for your gut. Great for your gut, resistant starch. Do me a favor, folks. When you're coming into the room, beep out that screen. That means double tap that screen and share the live out with anybody you know struggling with type 2 diabetes. Anybody that's in that deep hole. They're in a deep hole of insulin resistance and low energy and their blood sugar just being out of control, and maybe they just got out of the hospital because their blood sugar. Because I get DMs all the time, and people hit me up like, "Hey man, I'm in the hospital, man. When I get out, I'm gonna holler at you when I need your help when I get out." It's a lot of people in a deep hole. A lot of people. But I always tell them, like, listen, you're in a deep hole. But I can throw you a rope and you can get the hell up out of that hole. You can get out of it. But only if you're willing to grab the rope and pull yourself up. Because I can't pull yourself up for you. Your spouse can't pull you up for you. Your kids can't pull you up. Only person that can pull yourself out of that hole is, you guessed it. Dun 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 dun, drum roll please, dun 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 dun. You are the only person that can pull yourself out of that hole that you're in. All I can do is throw you the rope. You text me the word reset to this number right here. That's gonna be me starting to throw you the rope. I'm throwing you the rope because there's a lot of free resources on there when it comes to defeating type 2 diabetes. But there's also the big one, the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. That is for my folks who are ready for serious change. This is the 14-day challenge is for serious people who are ready for serious change when it comes to switching from the blue pill to the red pill. That's all we're doing. We're locking in. I'm just going to switch you up from the blue pill to the red pill for 14 days just to see how you feel. Okay? Just to see how you feel. Because here's the thing. If you don't like the output, you're going to have to change the input. If you don't like the output that you're getting, folks, of having high blood sugar and neuropathy and all of that stuff, you don't like that output. It's an output. You don't like the weight. Like me, I couldn't tie my shoe. I didn't like the fact that I couldn't even feel. It was so hard for me to tie my daggone shoe. I didn't like that fact. So I had to change the input. And as a result, now I lost all the weight. Now I'm no longer obese. I went from an extra large to a small shirt. This is a small, right? You don't want to see my extra larges. They're out there. You want to see some of my extra larges? Here it is. I'm going to show you. I'm just like you. Look. Look. Extra large. Potatoes and yogurt. I'm going to put those on the board. Potatoes and yogurt. I got you. Look. Extra large. Look. Man boobs, everything. You name it. Now, I put that same shirt on. Look. Falling off your boy. That's an output, right? I didn't like the output, so I had to change the input. This is the input that you're going to have to change, folks. This is it, right? Now, do you have to be perfect? No, you ain't got to be perfect. You ain't got to be perfect. Somebody said potatoes and yogurt. Potatoes and yogurt. You don't got to be perfect, folks. Yogurt. We already know yogurt. You don't got to be perfect. 10%, look. In the real world, look, 90%. Who's okay with this, folks? Who's okay if you want to have a little blue pill? Because here's the thing, a lot of people ask me, well, hey, what about carnivore diet, Kelly? Can I do a carnivore diet? What about a carnivore diet? I'm like, listen, human beings really ain't carnivores, man. It's gonna be if it works for you, fantastic. I'm pretty sure in the long haul, it ain't gonna be at work for you. You know what I mean? Bonnie, thank you. It's about you though. But I'm just your tour guide. That's it. I just wanted to let you know that I've been where you are, and I can help pull you out of the hole. I'm gonna throw you a line. You just gotta grab it and pull yourself up. The 14-day challenge is the line, right? That's it. That's the line that I'm throwing to you. It's called the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Everything's designed for you. What to eat, when to eat. Food is the medicine. That's what we're going to use. Grits. Somebody got grits. Ooh, grits. Grits are ultimate diesel fuel, right? Ain't going to do nothing but send your blood sugar high. Corn, you got corn. Asterisks, right? Asterisks. Ginger, yeah, ginger's great, right? Ginger. We'll just call that herbs, right? We'll just call it herbs. Because there's a lot of different herbs, right? It's a lot of herbs. Do me a favor, folks. Leave out that screen. Double tap that screen. Share the live out with anybody you know struggling with type 2 diabetes. Seafood. Good one. That's a good one. Jelly, jam. Jelly. Jelly. You ever seen that episode of Martin? When he says, when Jerome comes on and he's like, listen, this has got to be jam. No, he said, this has got to be jelly, because jam don't shake like that. Anyhow, diesel fuel, right? Diesel fuel, tofu. Garlic, beets, oh yeah, beets. Woo, beets, yeah, beets. Mixed veggies, yeah, veggies. Yeah, veggies. Fantastic. All right, fantastic. Kimchi. Chia seeds. We just call that, we'll call it seeds, right? So whatever kind of seeds. It could be chia seeds. It could be all kinds of seeds. Yeah, chia seeds. Flax seeds. That's another one, right? Seeds. Nuts and seeds. So we'll put nuts over here. Nuts. We'll put nuts right there. Yep. Honey. Oof. Honey is going to go right up there with jelly. Honey. It's going to go right up there with jelly, folks. Honey is going to go right with the jelly. Anything else? Anything else? Did we miss anything? Did we miss anything on this board? Did we miss anything? If you're just coming in, folks, we're playing a game of, we're playing a blood sugar matrix right now. The blood sugar matrix is as is, right? If you've seen the movie, The Matrix, and you know Neo had to become the one. The only way that he became the one, he took the red pill. He took the blue pill. You would have never seen that movie. You would have never seen that movie when this guy is freaking stopping bullets and flying through the air and dodging bullets, and you'd never been able to see that movie. You'd never seen Trinity, you know what I mean? You know nothing about the Matrix if he would have took the blue pill. But the fact that he took the red pill, he became the one. He became the one. That's what you're going to have to do. To kick type 2 diabetes to the curb, you're going to have to become the one. You're going to have to start looking into this red pill a lot more. A lot more. 90% of the time, red pill. 10% of the time, blue pill, right? This is a metaphoric pill. This is AI. This is not real. This is metaphorically we're talking about. But you get what I'm saying. Here's what I want you to jot down. If you're struggling with type 2 diabetes, all of that, put that in. PCOS, if you're struggling with pre-diabetes, high blood sugar, put a me in the chat, folks. Put a me in the chat if you're struggling with any of that. Let's see. Okay, honey, yup. Dairy. No dairy, because dairy is what? Scary. Dairy. Pork. No lips that touch swine will ever touch mine. Oats, we already got oats up there. We got oatmeal up here. Asterisk though, right? Asterisk with the oatmeal. Cinnamon, y'all, cinnamon. We're just gonna put that with the herb. We'll put that with the herbs, right? We'll put cinnamon with the herbs. So cinnamon, fantastic. Yep. Tea. So it's not the tea, it's what we putting in the tea. What kind of sugar and all kind of trash that we putting in the tea. Yeah. There we go. Me. I got some me's in here. You guys are struggling with this condition. But here's the thing. You don't need to struggle with it anymore. Because type 2 diabetes, I don't want to sound like brash or anything like that, but it's not a complicated condition. It's not. It's an easy fix. It's easy. For most people, all you gotta do is switch from the blue pill to the red pill. That's it. That's it. It's it. Fried food. Fried food. If you're just joining us, folks, do me a favor. Text the word reset to this number right here. I don't know if y'all can see it. Text the word reset to this number right here. And I'm going to send you back a bunch of goodies, a bunch of free resources, and then information about joining the 14-day challenge. If you want to be part of the community, if you're one of the ones who are ready to finally start kicking type 2 diabetes in the teeth and getting a plan that actually works. Because here's the thing. You don't need more information, folks. You just need a better plan. And that 14-day challenge is the better plan that you need. No, you got to text it to the number right here. You got to text it to the number. Text it. Intermittent fasting. That's not one of the things up here, but that's a whole different subject. All right? But intermittent fasting is great, right? If you're metabolically flexible, you got to train yourself to fast. You train yourself to fast, and we can talk about that, but train yourself to fast. Artificial sugar. Artificial sugar. Yeah, artificial sugar. You're in Jamaica. Shout out to Jamaica. If you're in Jamaica, you're not going to be able to send me a text. Here's what you got to do. You're going to have to do it the old school way. Remember the old school way? The reason that I tell people to send me a text now to my system, and it's going to text you back telepathically, right? TikTok has changed the game. So you can't click the link in people's bio anymore. Remember how I used to be able to click the link in my bio? So you click here, and people used to be like, hey, click here, click on my link again. And then you go, and then here it is. Here's the old school way. So if you click here, you click on my picture again. All right. Baton Rouge, Louisiana. My sister just reached out to you. Shout out to you. Did she send me a DM? How'd she reach out? She can also send a text, right? Tell her to send a text as well. Send her a text. Send me a text. Reset to that number right there. Here's what you used to do, right? So click there, and then you click on that picture. You click on that link. That's what you're gonna have to do. That's the old school way. So now, if you click on my link, you see I got the Ultimate Veggie Guide right here. If you click on that right now, folks, it ain't gonna let you click on it. It'll click on it, but it's going to tell you to copy and paste. Copy and paste it into your browser. This is like so many other freaking steps and all. Like, who has time to be doing all that, right? Nobody's got time to be doing all that, right? Click here, click on my picture again, and then you got to do all that stuff. Nobody wants to do all that. And then click that link. Forget about all that. All you got to do, I'm going to keep it super, super simple. Send your boy a text. Just text the word reset to that number. That's all you got to do. Instead of click here, click on this picture again, click the link in my bio, click here. You know what I'm saying? No, nobody wants to do that. Nobody wants to do that. But everybody knows how to text. So if you text me the word reset to this number right here, I'm going to send you back a text with all of the free resources, with everything about the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. For those folks who are ready to get outside of their comfort zone a little bit, because that's what it's going to take. That's what it's going to take for you to start kicking. A lot of people who would love to kick type 2 diabetes in the teeth, put a me in the chat. Put a me in the chat if you would love to kick type 2 diabetes in the teeth. Coconut oil. Cocoa oil. So cocoa, I'm going to see if I can put it in there. Cocoa, avo, and olive. These are the 3 oils, folks. These are the 3 oils. Thank you. Barbecue sauce. Yeah, barbecue sauce. Barbecue sauce is definitely going to be, folks, blue pill. Definitely. Hands down, without question. Folks, if you haven't texted me yet, if you just don't analyze, if you had not texted me yet, I'm going to send you back some free resources. And I'm going to send you information on for those folks who are serious. Those folks if you are serious about type 2 diabetes and finally being free of it and getting the freedom that you've been looking for, text me the word reset to that number. I'm going to send you back a bunch of goodies. The 14-day challenge is going to be in there. That's the one that's going to get you over the top. That's going to pull you out of that hole, which over 500 people have joined. 500 people have accepted that challenge, and they're inside of the community right now, kicking type 2 diabetes in the freaking teeth. Flour. Yup, me. Yup, I got some hand raisers over here. I discovered drinking a liquid with even some calories. Yup, you got some hand raisers over here. Don't drink liquids with your meals. You can sip them, but don't guzzle. Let's shout out to you. That's a good point, right? I've heard about that. I don't know all the ins and outs of it, but shout out to you, right? The only oil I use here's the only oil that you should be, if you're using oil, right? Some people go without oil, but if you're using oils, it's going to be olive oil, coconut oil, avocado oil. If it ain't olive oil, if it ain't avocado oil, if it ain't coconut oil, folks, you're going to take it and you're going to take it. You know how you go out to the dumpster and like whatever the trash guys come? You want to take that big bottle, that big yellow bucket of oil that you got, Western oil, and you want to put that out on the curb and never bring it back in your house again. Mayo. You can do mayo, right? Mayo. Do mayo. Do mayo. All right. Why is pork on the bad side? Because no lips that touch swine will ever touch mine. Pork is not, it's not clean. When we say clean eating, we're not talking about pork, because pork is not clean eating, right? When you're talking about clean protein sources, we say chicken, turkey, steak, fish, eggs. Pork ain't one of them. Because you see how pork is produced, you'd be like, yo, even though it's delicious, I get it. Yeah. Is it 5166 at the end? Yes, 5166 at the end. Here it is. Here's the number. Text me right here. You text the word reset to this number right here. That's it, folks. You see it right there? Text the word reset to that number. And I'm going to send you back a bunch of goodies. Especially when it comes to the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge and all of the freebies are on there. That's for my folks. The 14-day challenge is for my folks who don't need more information when it comes to defeating type 2 diabetes. Like, they've got all the information already. They've been dealing with this for 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. There's nothing that you can tell me new about this condition. All they need is a plan. All they need is a plan. They've taken all the scripts that you could possibly imagine. All they need is a plan, and then they start winning. And you will find out, even if you had it for 15 years, 20 years, and you look back and you're like, damn, all I needed was a freaking plan. You want to know what that plan is, folks? 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. That's the plan that's going to change your whole freaking life when it comes to drastically improving your diabetes status. That 14 days right there. Right? You're going to look back and be like, yo, those 14 days changed the whole game for me. Sorry, I just joined. Red side is good. Have you ever seen the movie The Matrix? The red side is good, yes. You get outside of the Matrix. That's the point of this game, to get outside of the Matrix. How do you get out of the Matrix? You got to go to the red pill. That's what you got to do. How do you become the Neo? How do you become the one? You're like, who's the one? Well, the one that's in your family. Put one, folks. Put the word one in the chat. Put the word one in the chat. If you are the one in your family that is going to say this, you're going to start a new tradition in your family. New tradition. So all the generations that come after you, folks, after all the generations that come out to you, here's what you did when you master this, when you say this, when you really believe this. Here it is. Jot this down, folks. This is for your whole family legacy. Diabetes ran in my family until it ran into me. I want you to jot that one down. Diabetes ran in my family until it ran into me. You gotta say it like that. You gotta say it like that. That's how you gotta say it. Because what do you mean? It ran in my family until it ran into me. Because you became the one. You became the one in your family that kicked type 2 diabetes in the freaking teeth. And it ended with you. It ended with you. Because a lot of people say, hey, well, it's genetic, right? It's hereditary. Doesn't it run in my family? Yeah, it does. It does, but it doesn't to a certain extent, if that makes any sense. Okay, we got the numbers coming in. Reset. Shout out to the resetters over here. We got a reset. We got 225. Shout out to the 225, and shout out to the 572, and shout out to somebody for joining the challenge. Shout out to somebody for joining that challenge, because they are whoever just joined the challenge, right? You are the one, right? You are the one in your family. You're the one that said diabetes ran in my damn family until it ran into me. Ran into your boy. My kids ain't gonna get it. Hell no. This is a lifestyle disease. So we're changing family traditions. Not now, but right now. You know what I'm saying? Your grandkids ain't gonna get type 2 diabetes. Come on. Your grandkids? No, come on. Hell no. And you're gonna live a long life. You're gonna be able to run around after your grandkids. That's what you want, right? That's freedom. To be able to run around and chase your grandkids around. Right? Who wants that kind of freedom? Put me in the chat if you want that kind of freedom, to be able to chase your grandkids around and beat your grandkids up the stairs like, kids, you guys can't beat me at anything. And I'm freaking 65 years old. You're 15 and you can't even beat me. Put me in the chat. If that's the kind of freedom that you want. Shout out to the 405 putting the word reset in the chat. Text me the word reset, folks. Diabetes ran in my family until it ran into me. And The Matrix is my favorite movie. So if The Matrix is your favorite movie, it's one of my top 5. It ain't my favorite, but it's one of my top 5 favorite movies. If that is it, then you know what I'm talking about when you became the one. You're going to become the one me up in your family. You better make that a t-shirt, coach. Which one? Diabetes ran in my family until it ran into me? You like that, huh? Yeah, you like that. Shout out to you. Yeah, shout out to you. I just found you, but I've been doing this for a couple of weeks already. Amy, shout out to you, Amy. Shout out to you. But shout out to the folks who are joining the challenge, who are taking a real chance on themselves. For the folks who said, I just need the damn plan. That's it. That's it. Congratulations. You know what? Somebody who joined the challenge did. It's the funniest thing. It's the funniest, best text, not a DM that I've ever got. Somebody DM'd me, right? He was on day 14 of the challenge. And here's what he said. He said this. I feel like a kid at Christmas time. I'm ready to go open my gifts. He's ready to go check his blood sugar. I'm being on day 14. So he said he feels like a kid at Christmas time, ready to go check, ready to go open up his gifts. But he was just going to check his blood sugar. Classic. Yeah. That's the kind of stuff that you get when you join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. That's the kind of freedom that you're going to be getting. You ain't going to be dealing with no daggone, you know what I mean, low energy no more. You ain't going to be dealing with any of that. You're going to be dealing with, like, what else you dealing with? Constant fatigue and cravings of the sugar and constantly going to the bathroom and the dry mouth and the skin tags and the dark stuff around your neck, and then you ain't gonna be dealing with all that crazy stuff no more. Because you became the one. You became the one to change your whole family tradition. You became the one. So shout out to you. Shout out to you. But folks, if you have not done so already, text me the word reset. If you just joined the live, text me the word reset to this number right here, 346-456-5166. You text me there, and I'm going to text you back. I'm going to text you back all the information about all the free resources, and for the folks who are ready to join the challenge. If you're ready to join the challenge, use that discount code, reset. Reset. Yeah. Okay, any questions, folks? Any other questions? Comments. Here it is. Do you have to eat 3 meals a day on the reset challenge? You have to eat when your body is telling you it's time to eat. The challenge is flexible, right? It's flexible. It's so perfect. It's engineered. I engineered it. I used to be an engineer. You can eat as much on that challenge as you want, and still, your blood sugar is still going to be going down, 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 down. Because of the foods that we checked, we selected. But you eat, here's when you eat on the challenge. You eat when your body is saying it's time to eat. That's when you eat. Because the food that we chose, it doesn't matter how much of it that you eat. Or it does matter, but at some point it doesn't matter. But you get what you ain't gonna be able to eat that much. Yeah. So whether it's 2 times a day, whether it's 3 times a day, heck, whether it's 4 times a day. But as time goes by, you're gonna realize I ain't even hungry right now. And you just, when you ain't hungry, folks, you just keep it moving. If you ain't hungry, you just keep it moving. You use up all of that extra fat for energy. Yep. Burn up all that glucose, and that's how people start losing weight. Folks, here's the thing about this challenge. It ain't even a weight loss challenge. It ain't even a weight loss challenge. It's a blood sugar challenge. And you want to know what the record is, folks? The record for weight loss. These people are just like you. 19 pounds. 19 pounds in the 14 days. My guy Steven, 19 pounds, 14 days. It ain't even a weight loss challenge. Okay? But when you bring down your blood sugar, when you bring down your blood sugar, you bring down the insulin. The only reason, folks, you want to know the reason who wants to know the reason that you can't lose the weight? Put a me in the chat. Or put the word, I don't know, let me see. Pounds in the chat. Put the word pounds in the chat. Or weight something. If you want to know why you cannot lose the freaking weight. Who's been trying to lose the weight? Like, you've been trying to lose the weight for like 10 years. I don't know, 15 years, but like you can't lose the weight. It's become a big problem in your life. Put a me in the chat. If losing the weight is becoming a big problem in your life and it's just weighing on your emotions and you just don't know what to do no matter what you do. Yeah, pounds. Here it is. Is a cheeseburger bad enough? The cheese, because yeah. Cheeseburger, we want to stay away from the cheeseburger, period. As much as if you want a cheeseburger every, 10% of the time, all right. But you ain't running around eating cheeseburgers every day. Here it is, pounds, weight, here it is. The reason that you can't lose the weight, folks, is because of 2 things. Number 1, you've got high blood sugar. That's number 1. You got high blood sugar. So if you've got high blood sugar, or if you're constantly spiking your blood sugar, even if it ain't high, you're just constantly spiking it. So if you got high blood sugar, that also means you got high insulin. That's why you can't lose the weight. Because if you have high insulin, you ain't gonna lose the weight. Remember how we talked about earlier? Insulin has a bunch of jobs. One of the insulin's jobs is to take fat and store it away. Tell your body to store the energy as fat. That's the other job of insulin in your body. You know what I mean? That hormone we talked about. So if you got high levels of insulin, your body's always in storage mode. It's always like store the fat, store the fat, store the fat. Hey, remember what we got to do? Store the fat. Because you got a lot of high blood sugar. If you got a lot of high blood sugar, your body is constantly in fat storage mode. If you run around with like your blood sugar's at like 200 or 300 or something, you know what I mean, like 150, 200, you run around, if your blood sugar's high, the chances of you losing the weight are slim to freaking none. Slim to none. No matter how hard you try. You can work out with your girlfriends until your face turns blue. You guys are just walking around the neighborhood. You got your stick in your hand. You guys are moving every day. You're going to the gym. You're doing some yoga. You do everything. But no matter what you do, still ain't gonna lose no weight. Well, folks, here's the solution. Yeah. Bring the blood sugar down. When you bring the blood sugar down, guess what happens? It causes a domino effect. When you bring the blood sugar down, here's what happens. The insulin comes down. And then when the insulin comes down, your body starts using the energy from the fat. When the insulin comes down, your body uses that energy, stored energy, fat. That's what fat is, stored energy. It starts using that energy, and therefore you lose the weight, folks. That's what weight loss is. When you lose weight, you're just depleting the energy out of your fat cells. You don't have as much of a reserve tank. You still got a reserve tank. You just don't have the excess. That's all fat is. Excess energy. So if you fix the blood sugar, folks, the whole thing, your body comes back. That's why people are losing weight doing the challenge. 19 pounds, 17 pounds, right? 15 pounds, 15 pounds. A lot of people have tied for 15. 15 is third place, but it's a lot of people tied for 15. It's not even about placing and all that stuff. It's just about having a good time with it. It's a game. And pretty soon it turns into a game. When you do the challenge, folks, around about like day 4, day 5, day 6, you see your numbers going down every day, it starts turning into a game. Reset. You reset your blood sugar, your body comes back online. That's it. That's why it's just 14 days. How are we doing that? We're doing that through the food. We're doing it through the food because the food is the main driver, folks. It's the main driver. Oh my God, it's better just not to eat anything. No. We got a lot of stuff over here to eat, man. We got a lot of stuff over here to eat. We got a lot of stuff. As a matter of fact, we can still get into this game. Let's get back into this game. You know what, folks? Let's get back into this game. I already told you what the plan was. The plan was 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. We already talked about why you can't lose the weight. You can't lose the weight no matter how hard you work out. We already talked about all that. You're in a hole. You need something to get you out of the hole. That hole. It's a deep hole. Pre-diabetes. The hole is, it ain't deep yet. When you're in pre-diabetes, the hole ain't really that deep yet. It's getting deep. Don't get me wrong, it's getting deep. Maybe your head is like still above, you know what I mean? You can see, yeah. But when your A1C starts getting into a 6.5, now the hole is above your head. You start getting into a 9, now the hole's real deep. You're looking up like, yo, 10, 11, 12, you can't pull yourself out of it. So you're in a hole so deep. When your numbers start getting 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, you're gonna need something to get out of it. Because you can't pull yourself out. I created the solution. It's called the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. But here's the thing. It is only for people. Only for people who have type 2 diabetes, pre-diabetes. But here's the thing. It's for serious people who are looking for a serious solution. You're looking for it. If you're a serious person who has type 2 diabetes and you're looking for a serious solution, that's 14-day blood sugar reset challenge is going to be the one. What are we doing? Red pill. That's all we eat. Red pill. Fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, whole grains. Or not in the challenge. No fruits in the challenge, right? But 14 days. You lock in, folks. When the plan gets clear, your numbers get better. Your numbers, not my numbers, your numbers. My numbers have already gotten better. I've already showed you my numbers. When the plan gets clear, folks, your numbers get better. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you what happens when the plan gets clear. When the plan got clear for me, when the plane got clear for me, my numbers got better. You know what I'm saying? That's it. That's when the plane got clear for me. Because all it is food. It's food. People can tell you a lot of stuff about, hey, it's you gotta take this supplement, you gotta take that supplement, you gotta take this supplement. Hey, what about this shortcut? Can I take that shortcut? Yeah, I give people the shortcut. I give people the ultimate shortcut. Who wants to know what the shortcut is and how I did this, right? Who wants to know the shortcut and how I reverse type 2 diabetes, pre-diabetes, heart disease, all that stuff? All the stuff that I had. Who wants to know the shortcut? Put me in the chat. Any oatmeal, okay, your oatmeal, asterisk though, right? Who wants to know the shortcut? The shortcut to doing what I did. Who wants to know what it is? Put it in the chat, folks. Wonder Woman. There is a shortcut. I'm gonna tell you what it is. Who wants to know the shortcut? Anybody want to know the shortcut? Here it is. All right, I'm gonna tell you that. Nobody's chiming in. You guys are shy. The shortcut to doing what I did and reversing type 2 diabetes and all that stuff. The shortcut is this. Wonder Woman. Show up, do the work, do it again the next day. That's it. Show up, do the work, do it again the next day. It's called the ultimate shortcut. That's it. That is a shortcut to defeat. So doing what I did, I had to show up literally every day, do the work. You see me at the gym, I'm doing the work. Doing the damn work. Did I want to be doing the work every day? It really didn't matter because I decided that I was going to do the work. I had enough reasons to do the work, so I did the work. And as a result, I reversed the condition. No more type 2 diabetes, no more heart disease, and no more obesity. Here's the thing. You can do the exact same thing. You're going to have to make a decision, though. You're going to have to make a decision. You're going to have to make a decision if you are ready to do what it takes. If you're ready to do what I did, like a lot of people ask me, yeah, man. If what you want, here's the thing. I want you to jot this one down. Remember this. Just remember this. If what you want is not inside of your comfort zone, then you're gonna have to come out of your comfort zone to get what you want. I will say that again. If what you want is not in your comfort zone, then you are going to have to come out of your comfort zone to get what you want. It's a simple principle, folks. They're simple. They're simple. A lot of people ask me, how did I do that? Well, I had to get out of my comfort zone. That's what I had to do. I had to switch between the blue pill and the red pill. That's what I had to do. Because here's the thing. If you never step outside of your comfort zone, you're going to be uncomfortable later. If you never step out, think about it. If you never step outside of your comfort zone, you're going to be uncomfortable later. And last one when it comes to comfort zone. The comfort zone. It's a beautiful place. It's a beautiful place. Comfort zone. You think I don't know anything about a comfort zone, folks? Look at this guy. You think I don't know anything about a comfort zone? It's a beautiful damn place. Come on. Put beautiful in the chat, folks, if you believe the comfort zone is a beautiful place. Put beautiful in the chat. We love it. Put beautiful, folks. It's a beautiful place. Beautiful. But the only thing that grows there is regret. I'm do it. I'd do nothing but just sit on the couch and just do nothing all day. For real. If it were up to me, I'd do that. That's what I'd do. So every day that I wake up, I get outside my comfort zone. Because I don't know, every day all I want to do is sit on the couch and, you know what I mean, just watch TV. That's all I want to do. Catch up on my shows. That's it. That's comfortable for me. That's what I was doing right here, right? It's a lot of comfort. That's what I was doing every day. That's what I was doing. Living inside of my comfort zone. Living inside of my bubble. And all of a sudden, when I turned 40, type 2 diabetes, having heart disease, and being obese. The triple whammy. Triple whammy. So I decided to clean things up. That's what you're going to have to do, folks. It ain't about my story. I'm just your tour guide. I'm just your tour guide throughout this venture. It's going to be up to you to have to clean this stuff up. It's going to be up to you. You're going to be the one that going to have to show up and do the work and do it again the next day. I'm just your tour guide throughout this adventure. That's it. That's it. None more, none less. Just your tour guide throughout your fabulous adventure of you kicking type 2 diabetes in the health, in the teeth, getting your life back, getting your energy back, getting your confidence back. Who would love to get their confidence back? Put a me in the chat. If you would love to get your confidence back, put a me in the chat. Because right now, type 2 diabetes has robbed you of your confidence. Listen, it's robbed you of your confidence so much that you can't even, like, when you're at work, and this is probably what you're thinking, like, yo, like when you're at work and they're having these parties at work and they're like eating all this stuff, but you think like, I want to eat it, but I can't. Confidence. Yeah. So here's the thing, folks. It's not what you're dealing with, right? It ain't what you're dealing with. It ain't the high blood sugar that's the problem. It's what it's doing to your life. It's what it's doing to your confidence. So now it's time to change that, folks. It's time to change that. Oatmeal with cinnamon. Yeah, you do oatmeal with cinnamon, right? Oatmeal. Cinnamon's great, but not on an empty stomach. You still ain't doing oatmeal with a cinnamon on an empty stomach. That ain't good. I don't have diabetes, but I have a cousin who does, and he doesn't care until it's too late. That's the thing, folks. You're right. Wonder Woman. Here's why. You want to know why your cousin thinks that way? I don't know your cousin. But here's the thing. As human beings, humans, we don't take anything serious until it gets serious. We don't take anything serious until it gets serious. That's humans. That's human nature. So you can't fault your cousin, right? You love them. You're like, hey, cuz. Love your cuz. But at the end of the day, your cousin gonna do whatever they want to do. But shout out to your cousin, though. Shout out to your cousin, Wonder Woman. Do me a favor, folks. If you're just coming into the room, do me a favor. Bebop that screen, first and foremost. Bebop that screen. And then share the live out with anybody you know struggling with type 2 diabetes. They got, maybe they, you know what I mean? They struggling bad. Use forward this live over there to them. Oatmeal, blueberries, and cinnamon. How much left we got? 15 minutes left on this live, folks. So if you haven't texted me yet, text your boy to this number. Text reset to this number right here. Oatmeal, blueberries, cinnamon is my breakfast dough. Yeah, May, I'm sorry to be the one to bust your bubble, but if you're a person who is struggling with your blood sugar, that might not be the best option, right? Might not be the best option. I'm gonna just keep it real with you. Yeah. Because it's gonna send your blood sugar so high that you couldn't even possibly imagine. All right, the oatmeal and blueberries. You want to start your day off. You don't want to start your day off with a sweet breakfast. You want to start your day off with what's called a savory breakfast. A savory breakfast, man. Now, it's never a sweet breakfast. Because if you got type 2 diabetes, you got high blood sugar, one of the last things on this planet that you want to do is start your day off with a sweet breakfast. Sweet home Alabama. You don't want to start your day off with a sweet breakfast. You want to start your day off with a savory breakfast. Something like chicken, broccoli, avocado, right? It's a protein, like chicken, a non-starchy veggie, like broccoli, and avocado, healthy fat. You see, here's the difference. You eat like that, that's going to keep your blood sugar stable through the whole day. Especially if you load up on the protein in the morning. You get like a big piece of chicken, and or salmon or whatever, and then you let that carry you throughout the day. You can even add some veggies on the side, right? That's a savory breakfast. Gonna keep you steady through the whole energy, steady through the whole day. Now, if you wake up in the morning and you eat a sweet breakfast, it's the difference between. Here's what the difference between a sweet breakfast and a savory breakfast is. A sweet breakfast is like you take off on a rocket. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We've got liftoff, right? So if you eat straight up, that's what your blood sugar is going to do. So if you eat cereal in the morning, you eat oatmeal with blueberries, with some brown sugar, you eat some pancakes in the morning, some grits in the morning. You just imagine as soon as you eat them grits in the morning, it's just like 5, 4. The countdown is beginning. 3, 2, 1. The next thing you know, boom, your blood sugar shoots up real high. As soon as it comes up, boom, it's gonna come running, falling down. When the rocket goes up, what goes up, folks? What goes up? What? Who knows the saying? What goes up? What? How does the rest of the saying go, folks? What goes up must what? What is it? What must what? What goes up must come. How's the rest go, folks? You know how it goes. Put it in the chat. There it is. Must come down. And when your blood sugar comes down, and it's going to come down fast. As quickly as it went up, as quickly as it's going to come down. Right? And when it comes down, you're going to feel it. You're going to feel it when it comes down, folks. You want to know what happens when it comes down? Here's how you feel. Here's how you know when your blood sugar is coming down. Number one, you get tired. Okay, who gets tired? Put a me in the chat if you get tired. Maybe you get hungry. Put a me in the chat if maybe you get hungry. And put a me in the chat if maybe you get some sugar cravings. Put a me in the chat if you get some sugar cravings, folks. So this is what's happening when it's coming down. That's like a rocket. And then you eat something and it goes back up and it comes down. It's just like that all day. That's called a blood sugar roller coaster. You want to get yourself off of that. That's what happens when you eat a sweet breakfast. Now, on the other hand, you eat a savory breakfast. A savory breakfast is like this, folks. Savory breakfast, like I said, something like a chicken and turkey and chicken or turkey and broccoli and avocado, right? Maybe some nuts and seeds. Now you're taking off instead of a rocket, folks, now you're taking off like a plane. Now you're taking off like a freaking 747 jet. You're on the runway, right? Picture yourself on the runway. Close your eyes, folks, and picture yourself on the runway right now. And you're in the runway, and you hear the engines going, and the next thing you know, the plane takes off, and you're down the runway, and then you start climbing gradually. You're climbing gradually. Let's just say if you're going from like New York to Chicago, or New York to LA, you start climbing gradually. This is what your energy is steady, right? And then all of a sudden, gets to cruising altitude and you go. You get to cruising altitude, folks. How fast is the plane going when it gets to cruising altitude? Any guesses? How many miles per hour is the plane going when it gets to cruising altitude, folks? Oh, we're ready to get out of here. We got 10 minutes before we get out of here. So if you haven't texted me yet, folks, we're having a good time today. So if you haven't texted me yet, folks, text me the word reset to this number right here, to my number. Here it is. Let me see. Text the word reset right here. Here it is. Text the word reset to this number right here. Reset. To this number right here if you haven't done so already. Folks, how fast is the plane going? Nobody knows? All right, here it is. When you're in the air, it's going like 600 miles an hour. It's moving. Cruising altitude. Cruising altitude. So who gets that 3 p.m. crash? If you get that 3 p.m. crash, folks, put it in the chat. Put crash in the chat if you ever get that 3 p.m. crash. You ever get that 3 p.m. crash, folks? The reason why is because your plane has started to crash. I mean, not the plane, but your rocket ship is coming down. Your energy's tanked. But you start your day off with a savory breakfast, you take off like an airplane, you get the cruising altitude and you go. And then you bring the plane back down. You bring the plane down slowly. And you hear it, skirt, skirt, skirt. You know how when the plane lands, skirt. That's what you just did to your blood sugar the whole day. It's a long day, right? From New York to LA is a long ass flight. When you wake up in the morning, start your day, and from the time you go to sleep, it's a long day. It's a long day. So you gotta have energy throughout the day. You gotta be at cruising altitude. You can't be, it's 3 o'clock, you can't be like, yo, I'm ready to land the plane. Like, nah, the plane don't land until a little bit later. The plane ain't landing until a little bit later tonight. We still gotta, we gotta bring the plane down slowly. So that's what happens when you start your day off with a savory breakfast versus if you start your day off with a sweet breakfast. That's the difference between a rocket versus an airplane. So I hope that making sense to y'all, folks, on what you should be eating for breakfast. And it's called a savory breakfast. It's a savory breakfast. By the way, that's what we eat in the challenge. We eat savory breakfast in the challenge. It's totally different. Totally different. Folks, you don't need more information. You just need a better plan. In this 14-day challenge, we got the better plan for you right here. It's a better plan for you. And right here, it's called the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. If you have not texted me yet, you ain't texted me yet, folks, text me the word reset to this number right here. And I'm going to send you all the information, all the freebies, all the information about the challenge. The challenge is designed for folks who have type 2 diabetes, pre-diabetes, but they're ready for change. They have type 2 diabetes, they have pre-diabetes, but they are ready for change. That's what the challenge is. It's for serious people, because we're ready to get out of here. We're just looking for the serious folks. If it's for serious people ready for a serious solution. Because you've been battling type 2 diabetes for a long ass time. That's how long you've been battling. So we've come up with a solution for you called the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Over 500 people who have joined this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Over 500 people. Now I can't put the testimonials are so crazy. The testimonials are so out of this freaking world testimonials that TikTok banned my other account because I was posting those testimonials left and right. People were coming on my live and sharing their stories about what happened to them during the 14 days. So I started posting those. And even when I'm giving people an interview, I'm getting freaking violations during the interview. Right? It's because people are telling me what happened when they went back to the doctor. I'm not a doctor and it's not medical advice. Their doctor took them off of that script. Doctor took them off of that script. After doing this 14-day challenge, most mind-boggling stories you ever hear in your life. So we created a new page because they blackballed that account. We're on our new page, right? This is the new page. So I ain't gonna be able to post none of those testimonials. But if you want to see and listen to some of those testimonials of people from straight out of a freaking comic book, people just like you who struggle with type 2 diabetes, they ain't struggling no more. They're doing the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge, and they're kicking type 2 diabetes in the teeth. Because you can kick it in the teeth. You can do what most people think is impossible. You can kick type 2 diabetes to the curb. Most people who have it. You can do what most people think is impossible. My name's Kelly. I'm going to help you. I'm going to help you achieve the impossible. That's what I do. You don't know me if you just joined this. My name's Kelly, certified holistic nutritionist health coach. Here's what I do. I help people with type 2 diabetes achieve what most people think is impossible. Okay? What most people think is impossible. And what is that? Well, most people think it's impossible for you to walk away from type 2 diabetes. That's what most people think it's impossible to do. But I'm here to tell you. It ain't impossible. All you gotta do is 3 things. You just lock into these 3 things right here. Show up, do the work, do it again the next day. A clear plan. That's all you need is a clear plan. If you would have had a clear plan by now, you would have already done it. I already know. If you would have had a clear plan, you would have already done it. Because when the plan gets clear, your numbers, they get better. Your numbers, not mine. Your numbers. When the plan gets clear, your numbers get better. Because you don't need more information. You don't need more information, folks. You already got the information. How long have you been dealing with this condition? 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years? Hell, you don't need more information. Do you? Put hell no in the chat if you don't need more information. Put a hell no in the chat. You know what? I don't need more information. All I need is a better plan. Hey, how long did you have diabetes for? And how long have you been healed? Well, I probably had it for quite a few years. The insulin resistance has started, right? Here it is. The insulin resistance has started. It has started. Oh, shout out to the 808. Shout out to the 808. Just text us just now. All right. So how long I had it, I don't know. Here's the thing. I can tell you when I was in my 30s, I would lose the weight, gain the weight, lose the weight, gain the weight. But when I turned 40, there was no more losing the weight. It was only up. So maybe when I turned 40, who knows? But here's the thing. When I went to the doctor, and that 2 weeks after this picture, in 2019, I got diagnosed with having heart disease, being obese, and having type 2 diabetes all at the very same time. That was that. But A1C 6.5. But here's the thing. A year later, 11 months, I took this one 11 months later. I went back to the doctor. No more type 2 diabetes, no more heart disease, and no more obesity. You can see my clothes right here. None of that. It's all gone. All the weight's gone. All that stuff's gone. It's all done. But there's people who don't. That's how long it took me. I don't know how long it took because I didn't go back to the doctor for a year. It was in 2021, 5 years ago. Yeah. But that's my story. It's about your story. How long you had it? How long you been battling it? Here's the thing. I don't care how long you've been battling it. I don't care how long you've been battling it. I don't even care how old you are. Janet, the oldest person who joined the challenge, 80 years old. 80. She did the challenge, kicked type 2 diabetes in the teeth. Took her A1C from an 8 to a 6.6 in 14 days. She's 80. King, 74. I'm not a doctor, it's not medical advice, but here's the thing. Ken at 74 years old had diabetes 30 years. Kicked type 2 diabetes in the teeth, averaging 120. Lowered his fasting blood sugar 120. He's 74 and has had diabetes for 30 years. So it doesn't matter how old you are, no matter how long you had it don't matter. Your body's gonna heal. What's up, Ken? Dr. Ken? Over here teaching people about how to kick type 2 diabetes in the butt. That's what we're doing. Yeah. Okay, shout out to you, man. The 808, shout out to you. Avo for breakfast, though. Yeah, you don't gotta do it. What? Avocados are fantastic. What do you mean, yuck? But if you don't want to do avocados, hey, listen, you can do. There's a lot of other healthy fats over here as well. You can do some nuts. You can do some chia seeds. You can do all kinds of stuff, right? It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be an avocado. Just a healthy fat, right? I'm also trying. My readings are really good lately. Shout out to you, Queen. All right, yeah, let's go. Shout out to you, Doc. I cut off so much stuff. Shout out to you. But all right, folks, we're going to get out of here. Like I said, my name's Kelly. I'm a certified holistic nutritionist. My job is to help you get yourself out of that hole when it comes to things like type 2 diabetes, pre-diabetes, all that stuff. I'm going to get you in a hole. I'm going to throw you a line. I already told you, I'm going to throw you a line. That's what the live is about, throwing you a line. But you got to grab it and pull yourself up because you've got the choice. You've got the choice to kick type 2 diabetes in the butt or not, or continue to let it kick you in the butt. I already told you, if you never get outside of your comfort zone, you're going to be very uncomfortable later. You've got the choice right now to nip that in the bud. You've got the choice right now to nip that in the bud. Because when the plan gets clear, your numbers get better. That's all I'm going to say. What's better numbers? Here it is. Lower blood sugar. You're quite welcome, man. Lower blood sugar, more control. Here's what happens, folks. When the plan gets clear and your numbers get better, here's what happens. Not my numbers, your numbers. When the plan gets clear. Lower blood sugar, more control, real freedom. Yeah. Not bad. So what on?